wasn't just a king, he was the damn architect of Europe. Charlemagne took a broken patchwork of barbarian tribes, warring nobles, and dying Roman traditions, and turned it into a single empire that changed the course of history. But here's the real question. Was he a visionary ruler, or just a glorified thug with a crown and a Bible? You've heard of the Holy Roman Empire. But what if I told you the man who made it holy wasn't exactly a saint? We're talking mass executions, forced baptisms, and campaigns soaked in blood. This guy didn't unite Europe by playing nice. He did it by being smarter, meaner, and more relentless than anyone else. In the next few minutes, you're gonna learn why Charlemagne wasn't just the greatest Frankish emperor, he might have been the most savage genius to ever wear a crown. Strap in. History's about to get brutal. Charlemagne wasn't born a god, he was born into chaos. The year was 742. His father, Pepin the Short, was a political pitbull who dethroned the last Merovingian puppet king and declared himself king of the Franks. When Pepin died, his kingdom was split between his two sons, Charlemagne and Carloman. Spoiler: that didn't go well. The brothers hated each other. One wanted peace, the other wanted power. Guess which one Charlemagne was? In 771, Carloman conveniently dropped dead. Natural causes? Maybe. But with Carloman gone, Charlemagne took it. Island, armies, crown. No more shared rule. Just one king, one empire in the making. That's the kind of start he had. A throne born from blood and tension. And Charlemagne? He didn't waste a second wondering if he deserved it. He just grabbed history by the throat, crushed the doubt, and started building an empire like no one had ever seen before. Once Charlemagne had the crown, he didn't sit on idle, weaponized it. First target? The Saxons. These weren't just raids. This was scorched earth, total domination. Charlemagne spent over 30 years forcing them into Christianity. Refuse baptism? You die. Simple. The infamous massacre of Verdun? 4,500 Saxons executed in a single day. Charlemagne wasn't playing king, he was rewriting power itself. Then came the Lombards in Italy. They mocked the Pope, so Charlemagne rolled in like divine fury. He took the Iron Crown of Lombardy like it was just another trophy. After that, he smashed the Avars in Eastern Europe, dismantled their ring forts, and stole their treasure, so much gold it funded his empire for years. Charlemagne didn't just fight wars, he erased opposition. Wherever he went, tribal chaos bowed to cold, central rule. And through it all, the message never changed. Kneel or bleed. It wasn't enough for Charlemagne to dominate with sword, she wanted divine validation. Enter Pope Leo III. In the year 800, on Christmas Day, the Pope pulled the ultimate political move. He crowned Charlemagne Emperor of the Romans, right in St. Peter's Basilica. Boom. Just like that, Charlemagne wasn't just a king, he was the spiritual successor to the Caesars. This wasn't some sweet Christmas gift. It was a power flex that changed everything. The Pope got protection, and Charlemagne got something even better: legitimacy. Suddenly, his rule wasn't just about military might. It was God's will, broadcast from the Vatican itself. But there was tension in the holy bromance. Charlemagne didn't like being crowned like a puppet. He claimed if he had known, he would have stopped it. Yeah, sure. Still, this moment birthed the Holy Roman Empire and gave Europe a whole new playbook. Church and state fused into one unshakable force of power. Charlemagne wasn't just a war machine, he had a brain wired for empire building. He realized real power wasn't just about crushing enemies, it was about holding what you've conquered. So he laid the foundation for something Europe hadn't seen since Rome order. He standardized currency to unify trade, reformed laws to kill off tribal chaos, and pushed education like a man possessed. Monasteries turned into schools, Latin was revived. Even peasants got a shot at basic literacy because Charlemagne knew that knowledge wasn't just power, it was control. He sent agents called Missi Dominici to check on local rulers and keep corruption in check. Think medieval auditors, making sure no one got too greedy or dumb. This was empire by design, not accident. Charlemagne didn't just leave behind a legacy of blood, He left behind blueprint systems, reforms, and vision that held Europe together long after his bones turned to dust. But his shadow still stretches across Europe. They called him Pater Europae, Father of Europe. Schools, cathedrals, coins, laws all echo his rule. The Holy Roman Empire lasted for centuries, clinging to the ghost of his authority. But here's the twist. For all the worship, Charlemagne was no saint. He built an empire on blood, fire, and forced faith. He executed thousands, crushed cultures, and ruled with absolute, unapologetic dominance. Yet he also educated his people, stabilized economies, and planted seeds of modern governance. He was brutal and brilliant. So, was he a visionary? Or just another conqueror in a holy robe? Maybe both. But one thing's for sure. Charlemagne didn't just ride into history, he bulldozed his way in and dared the world to forget him. Like the video, drop a comment if you want more savage history. And don't forget to hit subscribe. Europe's ghosts aren't done talking yet.